Yeah, welcome to this brief tutorial on getting started drawing isometric drawings. Isometric drawings are going to be drawings that are drawn in 3D, 3 dimensions. So, and we're going to use special graph paper for that. You can see down here the lines aren't perpendicular to each other. They don't go straight across. They don't go up and down. They kind of go at an angle. And if you recall from your notes, that angle is 30 degrees from a line, say the baseline, which is at the bottom here. If you think about this line as the baseline, all of these lines are going up at 30 degrees, okay, to that. So what we're going to be drawing today is our sketch 01, which is what we started with last time when we did our multi-view. The best way to think about this, or to start thinking about it, is one, orient the shape so that you can see it in the best way. So I know I want to draw this view of the shape where I can see the top of it, okay, the front of it here, and the side of it, which is the same way I drew the multi-view. I drew the top first, then the front, then the side. And I want to draw those same sides of this object in my isometric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it right here so that we can kind of see it at that angle. And when you draw your objects or shapes, you want to I would put them at an angle to you that you want to draw them at. Okay, that way you can it's easier to get started. And let me show you what I mean. I want to start with the bottommost or the closest most point to myself, which is right here, this point right there. Okay, and on my drawing here, I'm going to make that a dot on my paper. Okay, and that's a good starting place. I'm going to do it sort of towards the bottom, and then I can go up from there. I can kind of create my drawing from there. So this time, instead of doing 3 spaces per cube length, I'm going to do 2. It's just going to be a little bit better space management. So here's my starting point right here, and I'm going to go back 1 cube, 2 cubes in length. So I'm going to go up 2 spaces, and 2 spaces again, right there. Okay, I'm going to come back here to my starting point and go 1 cube that direction, because there's only 1 cube worth of length in that direction. So I'm going to come up over here. Okay, make a dot there. Now, from here, I'm also going to come up 1. I'm going to come up 1 cube's worth of length, and then I'm also going to, from here, from this point that I just made, I'm going to come over and back down again. So over here, 1 cube, and back this way, 4 spaces. So 2 cubes worth of length. There we go. Okay. I'm also going to kind of finish this off by putting a point there. Let's fill that in, and we can kind of start to see our shape, and then we'll do the rest of it. Okay, as before, pause the video as needed. Work on your drawing. I like putting my dots in first because then it's just connecting the dots. It makes it a lot easier. Because if I don't have those dots in there, when I put my ruler down, it's really hard to see what I was just going to be drawing from and to. Because the ruler tends to cover up part of my workspace, part of my graph paper. And we're almost done with this bottom section here. And finally, okay, so there's my bottom part. You can see this blue part of my shape right here is right there. Now I just have to finish up this kind of tower part of here, these 3 cubes in the back. Okay, so again, I need a place to start. So a good place to start would be at an end. So right here, where the very back of this cube and this part where it starts to go up meet, is going to be right here. Okay, and it goes straight up 2 cubes worth of length. So I'm going to go up 2 and 2 again, so 4, and that puts me right there. Okay, from there I can come forward and down and kind of make this very top of this shape here. Oops, there we go. So I'm going to make that very top square of that shape right in there. Okay, and then from there it's pretty easy to visualize. I just got to come straight down. Okay, and actually this bottom point right here on my, I just can't get that to stay. There we go. This bottom point right here is actually going to connect with this part of my shape here, and you'll see what I mean. So again, now I just have to fill it in. That was the first, here was the first line I made, or the first dot I made up there. Then I'm going to fill in this top part of my cube. Just can't keep that to, can't get this to stay up, that's fine. Okay, so there's the top part of my of this shape here, which is this top here. Okay, and now I just need to come down from there and here. Now it looks like this line runs into this line. It does. In my drawing, it does. The two lines kind of come together. Okay, but that's just the way it works in an isometric drawing, because all of these lines have to be parallel. So this line and this line and this line all are on the same plane. They all go in the same direction. They have to be parallel to each other. If we were doing a perspective drawing, it wouldn't look exactly like this. It'd look a little more realistic because there'd be a vanishing point at the end where they'd be going to, and these lines wouldn't come together exactly like this. But that's what makes it a technical drawing. Okay, so there you go. If you will hopefully follow along with that, you'll be able to complete your sketch 01. And what you're going to do actually is, after you finish, either cut it out from here and then tape it to your multi-view drawing in quadrant 1 of that graph paper, or more likely I'll have them already cut out, and you'll just, you may need to trim it down a little bit by cutting part of it off and then taping it in. Okay, and that's it.